What is going on, comic book community? Welcome to an episode of Josh's Comics. Today we are reviewing the Omnibus collection of Injustice, one of my favorite Elseworld comics of all time. It's a great read. I can't wait to tell you about this book, so stay tuned for this next episode of Josh's Comics. Alright guys, so yeah, let's jump into it. Injustice, Gods Amongst Us, Volume 1, and this is a thick book. Actually, if you can kind of see behind me, Injustice Volume 2, I will be reviewing that next week. The spines match up. I'll show that on the second video next week though. But Injustice is one of my favorite Elseworld stories. It is pretty much like this. What would happen if Superman loses it and starts controlling everybody? And that's one of the best things about this story. And it's actually based off of the video game, very successful video game from the creators of Mortal Kombat. I have played both Injustice 1 and Injustice 2 on console. Love those games, and I love the idea behind the stories and the way how they took off with the comics. And honestly, these some of the best books I've read. So this collects Injustice, God Among Us, Years 1, Years 2, and Year 3. Tom Taylor, who is one of the hottest writers right now currently, he's reading, he's not reading, he's writing for the new Titans series, Nightwing. He was here for years 1, 2, and 3, and then he left halfway through 3, or at the end of 3, and then 4 and 5 were taken over. We'll get into that in that review for year 4 and 5. But he did come back for Injustice 2, you would call it, which is yet to be an omnibus. I'm still waiting for that to be collected. How many issues are actually in this? I honestly forget. I think between all 5 first years issue, or year 1 all the way through 5, I think there's close to like 140 to 180 comics, something like that. And I think Injustice 2, which, something like I said, I would have to wait to review until that comes out. That's set up for Injustice 2 video game. That's only got like 40 something comics to like 60 maybe. But anyway, we're going to read about this. Let's take off the cover, of course. This is definitely a thick book. I really love this wraparound. Batman versus Superman, obviously. And then, of course, inside, really great stuff. Pretty much you got Batman and his team. And then you got Superman and his team. And pretty much, we'll read the flap here, you guys all think. Superman was Earth's greatest hero, and he was a shining beacon of truth, justice, and the American way. When the Man of Steel couldn't protect those that he held most dear, he decided being a hero wasn't enough, and to truly save the world, he would have to abandon his philosophy as the big blue Boy Scout and become the warrior he felt mankind needed. And I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to go off and say this is what pretty much happens. Spoiler alert, if you haven't read this great story yet of Injustice. So, the Joker pretty much kidnaps Lois Lane. Superman comes to rescue her. Batman's there to help. And it sucks because in the beginning, Batman and Superman are having a real kind of friendship moment. And Batman just, finds out that Clark and Lois are expecting a child, this and that, and I believe they asked Bruce to be a godfather, unless I'm mistaking that with Kingdom Come. But anyway, they get a call out, Lois Lane has gone missing, the Joker pretty much kidnapped her, Superman goes after Joker and everything, everybody's trying to, Justice League's called in, all that good stuff. So, Superman gets hit with, fear gas, kryptonite kind of weakens him, but, it makes him see different images. Well, Superman believes he sees Doomsday, has a fight with him, sends Doomsday up to outer space to try to kill him. And we will find out that it's actually Lois Lane. He was hallucinating that Lois was actually Doomsday. So the Joker literally made Superman kill Lois Lane and their unborn child. And that from there takes a turn, and pretty much they capture Joker. Superman busts in. Batman's like trying to interrogate him, do his thing. Wants to keep Superman away. He knows Superman's hurting. And at first, Superman gets a little aggressive with Joker, and it looks like, okay, like, obviously he's hurting. He's in pain. You don't blame the guy, but you don't expect what happens next. And the Joker taunts him. The Superman literally drives his fist through Joker's chest, pulling out his heart and everything, out through the back, kills him. And from there, Superman goes on, not like, it kind of does do a rampage, but he becomes a war, like you see. He decides that he's going to shut down everything. He goes across the whole world. He's getting rid of bad people. He's trying to put people away. He doesn't mind killing. Wonder Woman in this story ends up siding with Superman, and eventually they end up getting together and being a couple and everything. Batman is doing his way. He still believes his way. Damian's in here, if I'm not mistaken. Nightwing actually, well, it's hard to say because Volume 2, not that Volume 2, but like this Volume 1, like year 1 through 5, a lot happens. And I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but I can tell you guys this. A lot of DC characters that we love and have come to know in great stories die in this book. It is a crazy action. I'm going to open it up. I don't want to spoil it too much for you guys, but the story is phenomenal. One of my all-time favorite stories. And I'm telling you, when I mean they kill our favorite heroes, I mean exactly that. I mean, they kill people, like, off. And when I mean off, I mean you'd be surprised. So right here you can see what I was talking about. Batman and Superman are, over here having their little powwow, and then things go crazy. Here's a Joker. But this story is just truly, it's pretty much what happens if Superman goes off the wall. What if Superman says, hey, you know what, I'm going to rule the world and take over. And in Justice, Superman is like, it was shown in Zack Snyder's Justice League. It would have been amazing to see that happen live action. I wish we could have saw that. I mean, we did see bits and pieces of it, but not like how it was supposed to be. And pretty much you saw, Superman, they're trying to prevent Superman. He's on his way to go confront Joker, and you can see, like, the Justice League knows he's hurting. They know he's in pain, but they're trying to stop him. They're trying to get him to, just be, with Lois, and just, take your time, just breathe, think about what you're doing. So here we go. You got Batman and Joker going at it. And the most famous panel right here, like I said, you can see that, his hand through the chest, kills Joker, doesn't bother him. And so now I'm just going to kind of flip around. I'm just going to give you guys like quick little view of some of the different pages here. The artwork is actually really good. And everybody's used really good. I feel like all the characters. Like I said, certain characters die early in the story. You don't expect it. So it really sucks. I'm just gonna kind of step towards the back to show you guys. So here they have some like great artwork and great sketches. more artwork, more panels. I love the script pieces, so it shows you, like, okay, you see the pictures, but it's also giving you dialogue in the script of, like, what's going on and what's happening. There's an afterword down here by Tom Taylor about when he left. So that was really cool. And so, yeah, Injustice 2, Injustice 1, like I said, is a really great book. Hi, Zadie, my dog making a cameo. It's really great. It's just pretty much what if Superman went unhinged, went off the rails, became a ruler. I highly recommend you guys go out and get this book and try to watch this try to read this as soon as possible. I know DC did an animated Injustice movie. I haven't watched it, but I did hear it wasn't as well, and they tried compacting hours of a story into like an hour and a half animated movie. My recommendation is if you don't want to go out and buy the physical copy, and digital, if you do that, great. But if you want to, I remember there is on YouTube, there was a comic book reviewer that actually did the whole Injustice, like, page by page, read everything in different voices and everything, and did the whole story. It's like a 2-3 hour video, but does everything, year 1 through 5 on it. Really great. He did year 2 also. That's how I read mine, since year 2 is not in Omnibus format yet. But yeah, Injustice is just, it's one of the best stories up there. As an Elseworld story, this is my favorite book, hands down. There's great other Elseworld stories, such as like Kingdom Come, but like Injustice is one of the best. And actually, Injustice is probably in my top 5 favorite comics, or favorite comic storylines of all time. Where it falls in the top 5, I'm not sure, but it's definitely in the top 5. It's one of the most, in my mind, legendary runs, as you would say. So yeah, guys, that is it. This is my review for Injustice Volume 1. Highly recommend you go check it out. With that being said, I will review Volume 2, which is years 4 and 5 next week. And I hope DC, it's been a few years since I've started collecting Omnis, and I picked this up. Hoping for Volume 2 eventually, maybe when we get the Injustice 3 announcement, possibly, we will get to see it. But yeah, so that's it. That's my review for Injustice Volume 1, years 1 through 3 by Tom Taylor. Great story. Like I said, what happens if Superman goes nuts? And every character, like I said, you can think of in the DC universe is in here. A lot of our heroes die, though. Some die quickly, some die longer throughout the storyline, and pretty crazy ways. Pretty much they said, since this is Elseworld story, Tom, go ahead, kill off whoever you want, do whatever you want. And he did, and it's a crazy ride, but a great book to read. Announcements, letting you know, it looks like we will go back to Comic Fest. Will be this Saturday from 10 to 2 p.m. in Glenside, PA, at the official headquarters of 360 Comics. So hit up Joe of 360 Comics, who will give you the address. Comics, thousands of comics are going to be there from every range, golden, modern, bronze, copper, silver, keys, non-keys, runs, slabs, you name it. There's going to be 4 sellers there, 3 other sellers, I'm going to be there. I'm actually going to be popping in live on my Instagram for a bit before the event starts, just doing a little, quick preview / review, preview interview with everybody there. But yeah, I'll be there. I'm going to get active footage of me hunting, finally. And that will be my Monday's video. Obviously, we'll be back at Comic Fest. I have 2 other videos of back at Comic Fest 1 and 2 hauls. I picked up great books then. And I've already kind of picked up 2 big Batman keys. I talk more about that on Monday when I get them here, obviously, though. But yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate you. We're at 190 subscribers right now, or around or above. I'm really happy. Let's get 200 and keep going up from there. I would really appreciate that. So hit that like button, that subscribe button, comment. Let me know if you've read Injustice. If you have, let me know what you think about it. It's one of my all-time favorite runs. And yeah, so that's it. Until next time, guys, stay safe, take care of each other, and as always, we will see you guys in the next episode of Josh's Comics.